We are Venom.
What is up, people on the internet? JQL here, back with another video. Today's video, I'm doing a custom LEGO video on my custom LEGO minifigure of Venom from the upcoming movie Venom. Now, when I heard when Sony was making a Venom movie, I wasn't too thrilled because, you know, Spider-Man isn't in there, and it doesn't make sense to have a Venom movie without, well, just Venom in general without Spider-Man. But after seeing the trailers, I started getting excited for this movie. And, yeah, so I know this video is kind of released a little early, but because, you know, the movie doesn't come out for a few months, but I wanted to show this figure, and so here it is. And now I'm gonna stop rambling, and let's get started with this video. Alright, here is Venom. Now, when making this figure, I had a lot of things to consider, and one of those things I considered was using extended arms and legs, which I did end up using, and you can see there, he's a lot taller than a standard minifigure. I'll do a size comparison later, and someone suggested I use the Toy Story arm and legs, but the thing is that, like, Venom is tall. He's really big in the movie, but I think the Woody arms and legs or Jesse arms and legs are just way too big, and, you know, that would have made him way too scrawny, which is another thing that I was kind of worried about when extending his arms and legs, because still now he's a little out of proportion. He could be a little bulkier, but I'm overall happy with how he turned out, so, yeah, and a lot of people did end up using a mini-mate body as the base, and I thought that was really unique and cool idea, but that's not really my style, and don't get me wrong, I think that was a brilliant idea, for Venom, but I still prefer making him like a standard minifigure, you know? So, anyway, let's get started with this figure. Basically, Venom's, in general, is a very simple design, but they ended up not giving him the spider symbol, which makes sense, but hopefully we see it at the end of the movie so I can paint it on, because this is kind of bothering me, but, yeah, so overall, it was very simple to paint, and not too hard to sculpt. I sculpted the muscles, on the torso, and, the front and back, and also the sides of the arms, and yeah, so I sculpted all that, and then I painted it in a actually glossy black paint. And if you want to know what glossy black paint I use Folk Art glossy black paint. It had this thing on the top, and I used that because the symbiote in the movie is really, it's not like a standard black color. I didn't want to just use a flat black, and I wanted him to be shiny-ish, so that's why I went with a glossy black. And another reason why I use it is because you can't get a clean coat with glossy paint. I mean, you can, but it's kind of difficult, so that's kind of what I wanted to go with here, because, you know, Venom is not, you know, he's really messy, he's all, you know, it's, the paint isn't flat or clean anywhere, because I wanted to go with that effect, because it just looks like the symbiote, you know, just how it does in the movie, so I'm really happy with how, that turned out. So, yeah. You also notice that he has veins all over his body, and in the trailers, he has veins popping out everywhere on his body, so I just painted those on with a dark gray. Hopefully it's picking up on the camera. I think it is. So, yeah, and another person said, when I posted a work in progress of this, before I painted any of this, I posted it on my Instagram, someone was like, it looks like Killer Croc, and I thought that was really funny, and realized it really does look like Killer Croc, like, before I painted everything, so, yeah, now that I painted the head, it does look a lot better. So, yeah, anyway, let's just talk about the head now. Now, the head, walking in on making the head, I really didn't know what I wanted to do. I wanted to make the mouth open. I wanted to have his tongue, you know, be removable and come out. But the thing is, I think I'm not too big on playability features. I mean, they're cool and all, but I just didn't think, you know, it was necessary, in my opinion. That's not exactly what I do with my figures. Many of you know that, but some of you who don't, then, you know, I wanted to use a visor and, you know, sculpt onto it, the teeth onto it, and then sculpt the teeth on the bottom of the helmet, like a motorcycle helmet, which is what I used here. So, and then have it open and close, but then, you know, I realized the Lost minifigure, I did that, and I have no problem, you know, copying and giving credit. But, you know, like I said, copying is copying, and it doesn't really make me feel good about myself. So I ended up just sticking with, you know, him not opening and closing his mouth. And plus, he looks cool either way, you know, in my opinion. So, yeah, anyway, the base for the helmet is a motorcycle helmet for the LEGO City line. I just modified the crap out of it. I sanded the crap out of it and filled in the gap with Procreate. Like a thin piece of Procreate, and then proceeded to sculpt all the teeth in there, and it's all crooked and all that, because I think, you know, Venom has really crooked teeth, and, yeah, so I also then, painted everything after, you know, sculpting, sanding, and, if I move it up, you'll notice I did also sculpt around the neck, so that way, you know, he looks a little taller, and, oh yeah, one thing I forgot to mention, I did sculpt in between the torso and leg assembly piece to make him a lot taller. So, yeah. I also painted on his eyes in a metallic white, because I think metallic white works really well here. And also painted in pink for his gums a little bit. And I was going to paint it over the teeth, but that would look really weird, so I decided to just paint it on the side of the mouth, and I think that looks pretty good. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for Venom, and now we can just get on to the size comparison. Alright, here is Venom, and like I said earlier, I extended his arms and his legs, and it also extended his torso. So if I move him to the side over here, here he is next to my Spider-Man Homecoming figure, and I think the size is appropriate. He could be a little taller, but if I made him taller, then he would look a lot skinnier and disproportionate, and I didn't want to do that. So yeah, that's just something I didn't want to do with my Venom figure. I wanted to make him bulky, and while he doesn't look as bulky as he could be, I think he looks alright, and especially next to Spider-Man, and hopefully we'll see this one day on the big screen, but I doubt it, because I think Kevin Feige said that he is not a part of the MCU at all, so that's unfortunate, but at the same time it makes sense, you know, I'm okay with that, but hopefully we'll see him introduced at one point. And, oh yeah, I forgot to mention earlier, I did sculpt everything on Venom with Procreate, so, yeah, where can you get it? To be honest, I don't know anymore, because I used to buy it on Amazon, but they don't have it there anymore, so I think you can just look it up and find it yourself. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for the Venom video. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, and if you like my Venom custom, make sure to give this video a like. Also, if you like what you see here and you want to see more custom minifigures made by me, make sure to subscribe to my channel if you have not already, because I'm always posting more customs on my YouTube channel, and if you subscribe, you'll be able to see them here. And if you want to see them earlier, however, you can follow me on my Instagram and Flickr. Both links are in the description below. And yeah, I do post my customs finished to there before I post them here. So anyway, I'm not planning on making any other figures from Venom, since Venom's the only character who interests me. So yeah, don't expect to see an Eddie Brock or Riot. Apparently that's the other symbiote in the movie, but yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video, whenever or whatever video that'll be, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.